He gives us food that can never perish. He gives us chayim that can never end. Is because he has been sealed by the Father to be our food. And in order to be kosher, he had to come from there and have none of there. All of there and none of there. All of there and none of there. All of there and none of there. He's sealed. You ever go into a store and buy Hebrew National hot dogs?
Yes.
What's the first thing you look for?
Seal.
The seal. How can you get in this thing?
Down here in Dade County, I don't know how you find anything kosher. You're more likely to find an enchilada than anything kosher.
All right.
And I'm not dissing on Spanish folks, that's a fact. I don't know how you guys are kosher down here. I have no idea. Oh, you come to Broward, that's what you do. I know that. Or you go to Boca.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, the secret's out. It's okay. You're not the first. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Try being kosher in Dade County. You've got to be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh. You're going to have to want it bad because you're going to do some serious driving. Because you don't find it down here. I can barely find a Publix. When I lived in North Bay Village, to move closer to the synagogue, I had to drive down to Miami Beach to find a Publix. Yeah. Forget about kosher, a Publix.
Yeah. Oh, big box of ketchup.
Isn't that bad?
Ooh. And then when I got to the front door, guess who I met? Saint Nick! Santa Claus! Mi amigo! ¿Qué pasa?
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I drove all the way to Miami Beach to meet Santa Claus. Yochanan 6:27. Yeah, the Son of Man, the Ben Adam says, I am the giver of all food that lasts. I am the giver of chayim that lasts. Because I am the Son of Man. My chayim is not like the world gives it. It's not temporary. It's not for a year. It's not for 5 days. It's not for a decade. Because I am the eternal one who is the Son of Man that Daniel saw in his vision. Daniel 7:14. The chayim that I will give you is everlasting. Because I am everlasting. How do you know I'm everlasting? Because let me introduce myself to you, Abraham. Nice to meet you. I am the Son of Man. Has nothing to do with his humanity. Do you understand? Nothing to do. Never did have anything to do with his humanity. And boy, have we been duped. Let's be honest. Come on, Jerry. Let's be honest. We've been duped. When we saw that word man, we go, oh! That means he's a man. Yochanan 6:53. Yochanan 6:53. Then Yahushua said to the Yehudim, Amen, amen, truly, truly, amen, amen. I say to you, except you eat, speaking about kosher, the Father sealing his flesh. The Father better seal his flesh because he wants us to eat his flesh. Aren't you glad, according to Yochanan 6:27, the Father sealed Yeshua's flesh as kosher?
Yeah, come on.
Watch this. Oy, gewalt bei mir. Rabbi, but you're not, you're out of your mind? What's going on? You're telling me to eat flesh? Flesh? Amen, amen. I say to you, except you eat the flesh of the Ben Adam and drink the blood, the dam, of the Ben Adam, you have no chayim in you. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my dam has eternal chayim. And the Ben Adam will raise him up on the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my dam is drink. If you know nothing about nothing, turn to your neighbor and say, if. Yeah. Turn to your other neighbor and say, nothing about nothing.
Nothing about
if you know nothing about nothing, you know one thing. There ain't a religion in the world that'll teach you how to be accountable. Muhammad didn't teach it. Buddha didn't teach it. Confucius didn't teach it. There's not a religious leader who ever lived other than accountable himself teaches you how to eat human flesh. So if he told us to eat his flesh, how much humanity do you think was in that flesh?
Better be zero.
Or else he wouldn't tell us to eat it.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
None.
If there was 1 ounce of humanity in his flesh, he would have told us, don't eat it, stay away, I'm a nut.
Right.
Oh, Rabbi, pardon me, I think it's metaphorical. I believe it's metaphoric. Really? Well, do you know of any metaphoric flesh and blood? He was pointing to himself. That's not metaphoric.
Yeah.
That's real. Dig in, eat. Either it was whole wheat unleavened bread, or we are a cult being led by a cultish, self-deranged madman. But he wasn't. He was the whole wheat unleavened bread. And that's what he's telling you, what Rabbi Moshe has been telling you. Eat it. It has no leaven. It's nutritious. It's from heaven. It's not contaminated. This teaches us his flesh is heavenly in origin. It is pure to eat. This is certainly, Darrell, not a reference to any dual nature, human nature, which would be a satanic teaching on cannibalism. Now I'm going to prove to you he had no dual nature, Ted. Go with me to stay in that chapter. Is anyone enjoying?
Amen.
Yochanan 6:62. Is anyone enjoying? Yochanan 6:62. Is anyone enjoying?
Amen.
Yochanan 6:62. Is anyone enjoying? Now I feel better. Verse 62. Yochanan 6:62. What if? What if you see the Ben Adam ascend up to where he was before? Ben Adam? He was there before, meaning he was fully Yahweh before he came to earth. And now that he's come to earth, he tells us to eat his flesh, meaning he found a way to come to earth without adopting a dual nature. What a miracle! What a miracle! He found a way to come to earth like us without becoming us. Wow. Wow. Yochanan 12:34. I'm going to go quickly because I want to blow you out of the water in a good way. Yochanan 12:34. Todara by Yahweh. The Yehudim answered him in verse 34. And they said, we heard in the Torah that Moshiach remaining on the earth leolam va'ed. We've heard from the Torah that the Moshiach is a human being with a lot of power and a lot of nobility and a lot of strength. He's just a human being. That's what we've heard. That's what we've heard, Zechariah. That's what we've heard. We've heard he is an earthly being. Therefore, he remains on the earth. And you're saying you're going up? Where are you going, man? We heard that you belong to the earth and that you're going to set up your throne on the earth. And now you tell us you're going up. Where are you going? Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I say Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
That's right.
Amen. Here we are. Here we are. 33. What are you saying, Ben Adam? You're going to be lifted. Are you going up in an escalator? What does it mean, lifted up? Elevator, escalator? What do you mean, lifted up? We are so confused right now because we are really religious. Who is this Ben Adam? Isn't that the same today? Has anything changed? We think because he uses the title Ben Adam that he's a man, right? Who is this son of man? He's a man, right? Wrong. Watch this. The people said to him in Yochanan 12:34, we've heard from Torah that Moshiach is from the dust. He's a man, a glorified man. And he must stay here from the earth because he's from the earth. How are you saying he's going to be lifted up? Escalator? Elevator? How is he going to be lifted up? Now watch. You knew Yeshua was a nice Jewish boy, right, Ted?
Yeah.
He doesn't give him an answer. Just like a lot of times I don't give people answers on the internet. I said, go read the study, PDF file number, Microsoft Word file number. Go do some sheet time.
That's right.
Because I had to do sheet time. It just didn't come by osmosis.
No.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Here's what Yeshua said, verse 35. Then Yahshua said to him, all right. You guys are not listening. The Ben Adam is not from the earth. He doesn't have to remain on earth. He's from above. He will return to the above because he is not Adam, but he is the Ben Adam spoken of by Daniel. Are you with me?
Yeah.
He says, a little while the light, Yahweh is light, is with you. Now,